Alright guys, so today I got my 930 Jam Pro out. This is a shotgun I've had for probably 3 or 4 years now. Got them basically right after they came out, and it's been a great shotgun. There's a couple issues I have with it, but overall, for what you get for your money, it's a pretty good deal. This is Jerry Michalak, Jerry Michalak, whatever you want to call him, his take on the 930 Mossberg shotgun, and he worked with Mossberg on this thing, and he does use this in competition. So, I mean, the first thing, this thing does have a fast cycling gas system on it that allows you to shoot. I mean, you're not going to outrun the gun. I've tried, and I shoot this thing extremely fast, and I've never caught up with it. And especially for a 12 gauge, that that just runs like this thing. It's fun. It'll knock you on your ass. And basically, he's done the neural charging handle on it, which is here, which allows you to get a huge purchase on this thing. I mean, just really smooth action too. Really smooth. And of course the release. And it is a vent rib barrel. And on the front, it's got a really nice fiber optic sight. And that thing glows like crazy for you. I never lose it. The safety looks a little bigger than the standard, 500, 590s. Just a little, looks a little taller. I need to get a nice grip on it, and I prefer this one over the crossbar or any of the Remington 870 safeties. Basically, this is a 12 gauge, and it's the 24-inch barrel. It does have the accu-chokes in it, and it will shoot 3-inch shells. The accu-chokes, they come with, you got the full improvised and the modified for the chokes, and they all, you'll have to have a tool with it, the standard Mossberg tool. I've never had them come loose. I don't crank on them like crazy, but they seem to fit really well, and I've not had an issue with any of them. Just don't forget to put them in. I had a friend do that once, and it didn't end up well for him. The newer charging handle, it does have an adjustable overscrew, or over travel screw on the trigger. This trigger is really nice. Also, I mean, there's the take up. You barely can feel. Really nice trigger. Try this way. Sorry guys, I don't have a lot of room here, but there's the take up, and really nothing. It's really nice trigger. And, reset. I mean, it's nothing. You can really get this thing going. So, really nice trigger, and that's what I expect. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, 12 gauge. It is a 10 round capacity. It does have an extended mag tube on it, and you got to take this off to break it down. That's the one thing I kind of don't like, because you need an Allen wrench for both sides, but it is what it is. If you're going to get 10 rounds out of a 12 gauge, you're going to have to deal with it. And the length of pull on this thing is 14 inches. So it's speaking of the trigger. So it fits well. And it is overall 44.5 inches long. And this is the Cryptic Typhoon, the pattern on it. You could also get it in black or this Cryptic. And this is model number 85113, and I actually was gonna get the black, and everywhere wanted, I think, 730 to 800 bucks for it, and this was, I think, 640, so it was almost $100 off if you got the cryptic. I don't hate it. I don't really like it either, but you can always get, a new set of stocks. They're just synthetic. They're pretty cheap, and I figured might as well save $100 and deal with it for now. The weight on it is 7.75 pounds, and it's not bad for a shotgun. I mean, when this thing's loaded up, you can definitely feel it, and it gets a little crazy on it. You're not be hauling it around all day, but what else? It does have, this is plastic trigger guard. That's one thing I don't really like about it. It's not, it's a little loose. It also does have the beveled loading gate on it. It's not beveled, like crazy, but it is definitely a lot bigger than a standard. And it does have a little bit of a hood right here before you get to the follower. So a lot of guys will take that off. And the only writing on it is, you're going to take off the 930 12 gauge, basically, to get that lip off. And I mean, I've seen guys cut them, down to here. And the one, main thing you're going to do, fill this, fill the dimple here, just so you don't get your thumb caught. But loading like this, it's not going to happen. And even pushing shells in, I don't catch my thumb at all. But who's to say that it won't happen, especially in competition. But I haven't really run this in competition, so this right now is it replaced what did it replace? 1954 Belgian Browning that I had, and it was actually a police confiscated it. It was stolen from a house, and the cop obviously didn't like pistol or guns because they engraved everything on it with the case number, and then gave it back to the guy, the original owner, instead of just putting a case number under a handguard or something. They gouged it across the whole stock, across the handguard. They did it they did it once on the lower barrel, was an OU here, and then they did it on top of the barrel, and then they cut it on the receiver. Like, they just destroyed this thing with the electro pen, but I only paid $150 for it, and then some guy wanted to give me $450 for it, I think. So I took it. It was an ugly stick, man, but it shot great. Obviously, Belgian Browning from the 50s, but I tried to re-blue it and thought about getting crazy on it, but everything's so expensive for that thing. The stocks were $200 or $300 just for the rear stock and the butt pad, but I decided to get rid of it, get back into semi-autos, and that's how I got this thing. And I know I have a video or two of me up on it shooting, and you can see how fast it runs. That's not even me doing anything. That's when I first got it, shooting into the lake. But it's gotten a lot faster with my practice. There's one thing that I don't like about it. I'm not going to take it apart today, but on the gas system, there's a little the gas piston itself. Make sure you keep that thing dry and clean, and you really got to keep up maintenance on this thing, because I've had that piston actually start rusting after not a long time of shooting and sitting. So I'll actually take it out, lube it up, and then I'll dry it just to get a little thin coat on it and take most of it off. But it did rust, started to rust a little bit. And my friend has one that we were out of the range. He never cleaned it. And we were shooting it, and it was so slow. It was just so gummed up. You could barely get the receiver open, or the bolt open. And ended up jamming up. And it took us at least a half hour straight trying to get the thing unjammed. So if you guys are using these things like the SPX Tacticals, 930s, make sure you keep the maintenance on them, because you don't want to have that failure if you really need to use it. It put it down. It was out of service for, thank God we were at the range. But keeping up on maintenance, I've never had an issue with this shotgun. I shot everything out of it. Bird shot, slugs, all different kinds of weight. And I've never had a feeding problem, which is nice, because some of them are pretty finicky on ammo, and this one being a semi-auto, it really eats pretty much everything you can ask for it. So, if you guys don't want to spend thousands of dollars on a Benelli, I know they're nice and they are smooth. This thing is pretty good. If you can get them for $500 to $700, you're not going to be disappointed with them. Really, really smooth action, really great trigger, and it's got the capacity, it's got the sights. The 24-inch is nice. They also make a 22-inch, but going from a 28-inch to a 24-inch barrel, this was kind of going to be a 3-gun clay all around. I could use it for self-defense if I needed to, but they do make a 28-inch barrel for it also. And there is a new 930 out that has the 28 or 30-inch barrel that they came out with for one of the some other guy, I can't remember. But this one's a good medium for me to use, and an all-around decent semi-auto shotgun. And it does have a lot of nice anti-rust. I can't remember what they call it, but most of the parts in here are treated, and never had anything on the coating, except for I do have a little wear right here just from taking this on and off. But if you're going to use your gun, it's going to get worn. Not going to keep them forever. Either you're going to be buried first or you're going to sell them. So just use them, have fun with them, and beat them up. So if you guys have any questions, thanks. Let me know.